Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Husband!
Wife!
Are you ready for today's podcast?
Am I ever?
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Recappy bullshit.
Recappy bullshit.
I mean, that's yeah.
We're in Deuteronomy.
I know.
So,
it's all recappy bullshit. I don't know. We talked about shit. I can't remember, honestly. But it was recapping stuff that we'd already talked about. I remember that.
Yeah. So, okay, for real, though.
Yeah.
It was the year of release. And then
right.
Also, don't forget to take care of the poor among you.
Nah, that was good. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. And the treatment of servants, a.k.a. slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to deal with your firstlings accordingly.
Right. Yeah, those firstlings. Those are important.
And we decided we're going to call our older child a firstling.
Yeah.
Because that's just good fun.
It is. Just good fun.
Yeah.
All right. So are we ready to jump
Yep.
into Deuteronomy chapter 16 then today?
I am blah, blah, blah. That is correct.
Right.
Yes, let's get blah, blah. I was just reading the title of the next section and I read it wrong.
Okay.
It's the 3 appointed feasts, but I thought it said feats.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And so
if that was what it said.
Feats. Okay, sorry. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. In honor of the Lord your God, celebrate the Passover each year in the early spring in the month of Abib. For that was the month in which the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night.
Yeah. And also,
Sure.
celebrate it because that's when he killed all those Egyptian kids.
Right.
times.
Right. I love killing kids.
Right.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Your Passover sacrifice may be from either the flock or the herd, and it must be sacrificed to the Lord your God at the designated place of worship. So not just willy-nilly wherever you want.
Birds or whatever the other things are.
Birds of a feather flock here to get killed. What? The place he chooses for his name to be honored. Eat it with bread made without yeast. So you're going to make a sandwich out of it.
Unleavened, some people might even say.
An unleavened sandwich.
Yeah.
For 7 days, the bread you eat must be made without yeast, as when you escaped from Egypt in such a hurry. Except that we know now that...
Right.
Did they, though?
Right.
Eat this bread, the bread of suffering. So that as long as you live...
Sounds like a great celebration. Suffering bread.
Suffer bread! So that as long as you live, you will remember the day you departed from Egypt.
Yeah.
I love me some suffer bread so that I can...
zero relevance to us today, and yet we still celebrate Passover?
Suffer bread.
Suffer bread.
I mean...
That's what we should call it. Unleavened bread is suffer bread.
Suffer bread.
Pass me that suffer bread.
And then when you see Jesus all tied up on the cross, that's the suffer sticks. I always eat suffer sticks.
Oh, Jesus
no,
Christ.
I always eat suffer bread when I'm contemplating Jesus stuck up on the suffer sticks. Yeah. And then one time when I was a kid, a TV fell on my head, and that was a suffer. What?
Where were you going with that?
I was just letting it happen.
That was the brain damage there.
That's rude.
Sorry.
That's
just saying from the TV falling on your head.
What? I can't even believe that's rude.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to make you suffer.
Oh, you used anyway correctly. Perfect.
Fuck off.
See, I win.
Anyways, let no yeast be found in any house throughout your land for those 7 days. What if you had leftover yeast? You're like, oh,
right?
fuck,
Yeah,
it's about that time. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It's that time of year. Time to get new yeast in a week. Because this...
crap.
I wouldn't, okay, we count our pennies. So if I was going grocery shopping and I was like, oh, fuck, I just bought yeast a month ago and I haven't used it all up, I'm not going to throw it out. I'm just going to, put it in a jar down in the cellar and be like, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. And God clearly isn't all-knowing, so,
right. So
it'll be fine. Right, it'll be fine. And when you sacrifice the Passover lamb on your suffer bread sandwich on the evening of the first day, do not let any of the meat remain until the next morning.
Yeah, you got to eat that whole suffer bread sandwich.
I mean, also, they didn't have refrigerators, so,
right. Probably was a good idea to eat it all.
Right.
Yeah.
You may not sacrifice the Passover in just any of the towns that the Lord your God is giving you.
Yeah, just that one that he said and designated.
But if you live too far away, though.
But then it's okay.
Yeah.
But you gotta pay him later.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Next time I hit town, sure.
Right, yeah.
Sure. You must offer it only at the designated place of worship, the place the Lord your God chooses for his name to be honored. Sacrifice it there in the evening as the sun goes down on the anniversary of your exodus from Egypt. That may or may not have happened.
Right.
Roast the lamb and eat it in the place the Lord your God chooses. So do you prefer...
Which is not the tabernacle anymore. It's now the place of worship that he chose in your district that you live in.
Right, but do you prefer a lamb on suffer bread sandwich, or do you prefer a goat on suffer bread sandwich?
I've never had goat. I hate lamb, so let's try goat.
Okay. I've had goat, and I don't really care for it at all.
I thought it said you could sacrifice something from your flock, which would indicate birds of some type. So I think I'm going to go for a chicken suffer bread sandwich.
I think that is probably the best choice, and I second you on this.
Yeah.
Then you may go back to your tents the next morning. For the next 6 days, you may not eat any bread made with yeast. Right. You already said that. You're stuck with suffer bread for a week.
Right.
On the
suffer bread bagels and suffer bread.
Mosquito pot pie.
PBJs.
Yeah. On the 7th day, proclaim another holy day in honor of the Lord your God, and no work may be done on that day.
Don't pick up sticks, fuckers.
And don't make suffer bread.
Yeah, don't make... No, I thought... Wait. Oh, yeah, because you can't do any work.
Yeah.
So you can't even make suffer bread on suffer bread week.
Day. Yeah. Week. Yeah.
On that day.
Yeah, you got to make your suffer bread
ahead of time. And you got to make your suffer bread PBJs ahead of time, too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Count off 7 weeks from when you first begin to cut the grain at the time of harvest. Then celebrate the festival of harvest to honor the Lord your God. Bring him a voluntary offering in proportion to the blessings you have received from him.
Wait.
Hold on. 7 weeks. So we skipped right over summer.
Okay.
Right? And then we're going into fall now.
Oh, damn, that was quick.
I mean, right? Isn't 7 weeks?
Sure.
No, that's only 2 months.
Like 2 months.
That's 2 months. So we're midsummer.
Yeah, something like that.
Midsummer. So this is the time to celebrate before the Lord your God at the designated place of worship he will choose for his name to be honored. Celebrate with your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, slaves, the Levites from your towns, and the foreigners, orphans, and widows who live among you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're like those orphans.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them orphans.
Oh, yeah.
I bet orphans have to eat suffer bread year round.
Probably. It's constant suffer bread.
But I bet that Levites get the regular bread.
You think?
Yeah. I bet they do. Because they were some grifty fucks.
Yeah.
Remember that you were once slaves in Egypt, so be careful to obey all these decrees.
I mean, they say it every couple of sentences, so I don't think they forget.
Let me guess. The Lord your God led you out of Egypt. He was so awesome, and he totally saved your asses, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You must observe the festival of shelters for 7 days at the end of the harvest season. After the great harvest season, that's fall.
Yeah, so they're already in harvest after 7 weeks.
I told you.
But, like, Passover is spring.
April.
Yeah.
So
that's
May, June.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with calendars, but I think even I am better than what this is.
Right, yeah.
After the grain has been threshed and the grapes have been pressed with your toesy woesies. This festival will be a happy time of celebrating with your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, slaves, and the Levites, foreigners, orphans.
Orphan? Who the fuck's an orphan?
Orphan. You know, your orphans. Orphans and widows from your towns. For 7 days you must celebrate this festival to honor the Lord your God at the place he chooses. Okay. For it is he who blesses you with bountiful harvests and gives you success in all your work.
But he doesn't make everybody... He said there's going to be poor people. So not everybody's a success.
He's like, there should be no poor people.
You're celebrating with fucking slaves and orphans. They are not successful. So what are they fucking celebrating?
He's like, there's going to be no poor people, but there will be
some poor people.
Yeah. This festival will be a time of great joy for all. I bet particularly for the orphans. Every year, every man in Israel must celebrate these 3 festivals. The festival of suffer bread, or unleavened bread. Right. The festival of harvest, and the festival of shelters. Okay. On each of these occasions, all men must appear before the Lord your God at the place he chooses. But they must not appear before the Lord without a gift for him.
Yeah, don't come empty-handed, motherfuckers.
I'm going to go to Aldi's and pick up a $3 bottle of wine and be like, here you go. Yep. All must give as they are able. See?
Yeah, see, that's what we're able.
According to the blessings given to them by the Lord your God, which, you know, if God was a just God, would be a plenty. We'd all be a land of plenty.
And the blessings would be even across the board.
Or, you know, at the very least, all of our bare minimums would be fucking met.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying I need a fucking yacht. I don't want a fucking yacht. But wouldn't it be nice if everybody in America had housing and had working air during the summer and heat during the winter, and we all had food and water? And I'm not talking about like everybody gets shrimp, but could we at least have the bare minimum of decent fruits and veg?
Right.
And suffer bread?
Yeah, suffer bread. I'll take suffer bread.
Right? God.
Free suffer bread sounds good to me.
Just like we should all be given certain things because the staples, Maslow's hierarchy of needs should all be met in the land of plenty, be it Canaan or America.
Right.
That's my opinion. All must give as they are able according to the blessings given to them by the Lord your God. Okay, whatever. You lie. The administration of justice.
The administration of justice.
We're going to administer some justice up in here.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, sure.
Appoint judges and officials for yourselves from each of your tribes and all the towns the Lord your God has given you. Don't forget he's given them to you.
Yeah.
They must judge the people fairly. I bet that didn't happen. And I know it doesn't happen.
Right.
They must judge the people fairly. You must never twist justice or show partiality, unlike America's Supreme Court, which is very, 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 very unjust.
And you know, the Israelites even have proven that they follow God's word to a T all the time.
Them and their golden calf.
No way.
K.
Yeah.
Never accept a bribe. Okay. For bribes blind the eyes of the wise and corrupt the decisions of the godly.
Do they ever?
With a bribe here and a bribe there.
We're just gonna, that song's never going to end, huh? It's just going to continue
on. It is the song that never ends.
Okay.
It just goes on and on, my friend.
I see.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll just keep on singing it forever just because.
Oh, my God. What?
This is the song that never ends.
Oh, okay.
It just goes on and on, my friends. You've never heard this?
No.
Okay, it goes like this. Oh. This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll just keep on singing it forever just because this is the song that never ends. You get it?
I got it. It's
Okay.
a song that never fucking ends.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Let true justice prevail, so you may live and occupy the land that the Lord your God has given you.
Yeah.
You must never set up a wooden Ashera pole beside the altar you build for the Lord your God. Yeah,
But it can be set up other places, just not beside the altar you built for God.
I mean, I think it's supposed to go without saying.
Yeah.
Or anywhere
But
else.
it sounds like they're giving a little bit of leeway here. You know, like they're like just not beside it. You know.
No, I don't think that was supposed to be leeway. I think they're saying don't be worshiping two different things, particularly like not right next to each other.
Right. Yeah.
But remember, I told you that in that one Q&A that the wives had this just as a matter of course.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It seems like there was maybe allowing for the fact that okay, as long as you can have it, but just not over here.
I don't think that's what they were saying.
Okay.
That's not the way I read that.
All right.
And never set up sacred pillars for worship, for the Lord your God hates them. The end. Okay. Don't do it.
All right. Well, that was it for this week, huh?
It was something.
That was something. All right. So we will be doing tomorrow. We are doing Deuteronomy chapter 17.
That is correct. That is what we
you
are
guys should
doing.
Come back and
doing.
join us for the podcast that never ends. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are. And our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there. So it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount. So, like, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Husband, it's the end.
It is indeed, wife.
Tell the people where they can contact us.
Well, they can get a hold of us via our email, which is sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. We have Twitter at sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh, why do you know? Why do you keep doing that? Ugh. All right, we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a Pinterest page. But if you really want to get our attention, Twitter's where it's at.
Twitter is where you're at.
Yeah.
And they should also review, like, and subscribe, yeah?
Definitely. Apple Podcasts reviews help us out tremendously. And we also can use your support on Patreon, which is a great place to support us as well. That would be at patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse.
Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.